What's poppin', Big Headed fam? It's your boy Big Gotti. Thank y'all for tuning in with me on another one. If y'all new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because it lets you know when I drop. Now, on today's show, we actually gonna get a bar of this Tommy G episode. So basically, he's exposing the mayor of Chicago, Illinois. Her name is Tiffany Henyard. So we're gonna get a bar of this, and y'all let me know what y'all think about the content in the comment section. Let's run it.
Can you explain to us a little bit?
I will not. You guys step over there on public property.
The goons have come out.
Tommy G, crazy.
Tommy G, they call me. Milwaukee representative. Hello folks, I'm Tommy G. Today we're looking into the most corrupt mayor in America, allegedly. The mayor, is she a hero or a villain?
No.
We're in a town with potentially one of the most corrupt mayors in America. We're still looking, but this is just for videotaping. Look how many police they brought out here. Are you gonna get in your vehicle? I'll get in mine, you get in yours? One day while scrolling through TikTok, I was assaulted by a barrage of videos covering Dolton, Illinois Mayor Tiffany Henyard. She refers to herself as the super mayor as well as the most powerful woman in Chicago's South Side. But does she use her power for good? People on the internet and in her own community have been calling her the most corrupt mayor in America, and here are some of the things she's been accused of. Stripping business licenses away from people that don't contribute to her charity, pay-for-play kickbacks and bribes, taking lavish first-class trips on the taxpayer dime, making the city pay for her own personal ice skating rink, using the taxpayer money as a marketing budget for self-promotion for things like 122 billboards with her face on it, and using tens of thousands of taxpayer money dollars per month to hire a PR firm that's designed to clean up her image. And I'll give her this, her image is tough to clean up. Here's some more reasons why. She double dips as both the mayor of Dolton and the village of Thornton Township supervisor, and she's made it so that if she's not re-elected as supervisor, the incoming person would receive a 90% pay cut. She's racked up credit card debt like she's trying to set a record, and she tells the residents things like better have my money and compares herself to Martin Luther King. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's alleged that she rolls around like a crime boss. Some people claim that she's even gone as far as having the cars of people that oppose her shot up to intimidate them. She rolls around in a convoy of extensive private security, of course on the taxpayer dollar, and it's said that she has the police force in her pocket partly due to the outrageous amounts of overtime she allows her officers to be paid. Again, on the taxpayer dollar. I hope you're noticing the theme here. Unfortunately for Tiffany and her police chief lapdog, Officer Louis Lacey, I have in my possession receipts, disciplinary forms, documents, and insider information that we will be diving into in great detail today. Folks, this channel does not stand for bullies, and by the end of my expose, I'm sure you'll draw the conclusion that Tiffany, Officer Lacey, and their cronies are not only bullies of the worst kind, but an absolute disgrace to the title of public servant. The FBI is currently investigating her, so I hope she gets to see this video, but I'm not sure what the Wi-Fi situation is in Cook County Jail. Let's begin the episode.
First day out and back to work like shit ain't nothing happened. Was gone 190 some days, but shit I'm back in.
You, the citizen, you can look at performing what allegedly done. So folks, let's pull up, let's hit the streets, and let's dive into this story.
Let go of the purse, but I couldn't be without it. Couldn't think, couldn't even eat.
I want to say one thing before they start. If this shit true, this lady crazy. You know what I'm saying? She taking advantage of everybody's money, especially the taxes. That ain't cool.
Couldn't even sleep without it. They locked my dog up for an M and I don't want to speak about it.
Mayor Tiffany, hero or villain?
She's a villain. She really don't be doing nothing for us. She tried to make a big show, big act, but she's not doing stuff that really needs to be done.
We heard that the FBI is in town looking into her.
They are.
What is she allegedly guilty of, do you think?
Stealing that money. Because you know her family work with her. Most likely she's stealing money and giving it to her family and using it for herself instead of giving it to the people that actually need it. And she be having her names all on the trucks and stuff. Like, it be everywhere.
Bills obtained by Fox 30.
She definitely let the police office steal the motherfucking money because they overtime was crazy.
Under open records laws shows Thornton Township paid more than $10,000 for the vinyl signs themselves.
If you could speak with her directly, anything you would say to Tiffany?
Do better.
Do better, shit.
Did you know the mayor Tiffany?
Yeah.
Hero or villain?
Villain! He's a gangster.
Pulling up to the administration building where we're meeting trustees, people that are our public servants and want to speak out against her. Let's see who we have gathered. So Mayor Tiffany, hero or villain?
From what I know, villain. The security guards is getting like 300 hours on their checks and stuff.
The officers are paid every 2 weeks, which without overtime is 80 hours. But when they're put on Henyard's detail, that 80 hours balloons to well over 100 hours, sometimes 200 hours. And in the case of Officer Terry Young last May, 303 hours worked over a 2-week period. That resulted in a single paycheck of more than $13,000.
I know one thing though, she gotta feel like that she doing something wrong, because why you need that much security? You know what I mean? That really don't make no sense. Like if you're a real good person, you don't need hella people guarding you like that.
How does a person put in a 2-week pay period, 303 hours? That's impossible.
How are you securing somebody in your sleep? How are you getting 300 hours? So you know that she's pulling money from somewhere. I don't know where. She's not pulling it out of her butt. So clearly we know it's from something.
I'm rocking some new attire, okay? Rip mainstream media. They've tried attacking me, this channel, because we stand for truth and actually talking
We're
about.
gonna move on.
No.
Let's go.
Using the police as her scapegoat to intimidate, retaliate. People speak against her. They're giving people tickets. It's just a lot of stuff.
The police are in her pocket?
Yes.
Are they on her payroll or what?
Police are payroll.
Do you think she's a hero or a villain?
A villain. She is spending all the Village of Dalton tax dollars and Thornton Township, which is part of the Village of Dalton.
This is Valeria Stubbs, a vocal critic of the mayor who believes her home was shot up at the request of the mayor, stemming from a bitter feud they had last summer. Asked if she believed that Henyard was behind the shooting, Stubbs did not hesitate. Absolutely, she told the New York Post.
We have some of the highest taxes, property taxes in the Southland, and because we have a food desert out here, lack of businesses, we need all the tax dollars that we can get. She created Greenwood Falls ice skating rink that is never open, that does not generate any revenue whatsoever.
It's your mayor, Tiffany A. Henyard, the people's mayor. We're finally in the second phase of Greenwood Falls. And remember, we do this for you residents because we care. You come first.
I saw a video where she was in the ice rink having a party.
Only when she's having something is the ice skating rink open.
So she basically has a personal ice rink that she's funded through taxpayer dollars and gets to use for her own parties.
Yes. When she went to a board meeting and dressed as Nino Brown, said that the residents blank better have her money.
What's being referred to right now is the town hall meeting when Mayor Tiffany walked in dressed as Nino Brown from the movie New Jack City, with the Rihanna song playing in the background, "Better Have My Money," as a message to her residents.
Every single resident. Pay me what you owe me.
How the fuck do they let that shit go down? This is crazy. I would think this shit is a movie or something, but this is some real shit. Let's go.
She fails to realize is that that is not her money. That is the taxpayer money. But this is much bigger than Mayor Tiffany. This is a larger trend around the country of public servants and institutions showing that they have no regard where our money goes or how they piss it away. For example, the Department of Defense has failed their audit the last 10 years in a row and are unable to account for up to $3.1 trillion worth of assets. They are accountable to us. We fund them. So my question to them is, where is our money? And they need to answer that. There's two sides.
I'm from Stockton, so I see a lot of people trying to run for mayor right now, and I see signs all over. Now I see it's big business. You know what I mean?
There's the township and the village, and she kind of double dips. She's the mayor of the.
She's the mayor of the village.
She's the mayor of the village, and she's also a supervisor
for the Thornton Township.
And combined, her income from this job is,
I say, over $300,000 a year, because she get perks too.
But she would make it that if the next person that gets elected would get $25,000.
Right.
So that's a kind of way to ice out the competition.
She was appointed to that position, not elected. If she was elected to that position, that salary would go down, and I believe it was approximately $50,000.
The FBI is in town. Do you think Tiffany knows she's cooked, or do you think she thinks she's innocent, or what do you think?
I really don't think that she thinks she's going to jail. I'm also a former Cook County Sheriff for the Department of Correction, and I suggest that she go and take a tour of that facility so she can see what's in store for her.
That's, folks, you don't need to be a corrupt mayor to need a lawyer. Is it fair to say that Mayor Tiffany probably needs a good lawyer?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Everyone needs a lawyer. Everyone should have a lawyer in their back pocket. I have lawyers in my circle, and they're very helpful. Here's why. Life can happen.
You know, hey, this is what we're doing, this is why we're doing it, things of that nature. But then it also goes into different things like types of accommodations and things, and I know a lot of people have heard things about that as far as like, you know,
you don't need to be in the Bellagio
exactly.
penthouse.
If you're going to get the stipend, then you use it for your meals, you use it for your transportation, things like that. You don't go then and put everything on, say, the township credit card.
They say if you want to find the truth, the best way to do it is to follow the money. So we obtained the Thornton Township credit card statements through a Freedom of Information Act request and got to digging. When we looked through these, we noticed that Tiffany herself does not have a credit card. However, another one of her Lapdogs, Thornton Township and Village of Dalton Administrator Keith Freeman has made some awfully sus purchases in the last year. Take, for example, a round-trip flight from Chicago to DC. Despite an economy ticket running about $200, Tiffany and Keith booked flights on the Thornton taxpayer dollar for $1,265 each. That's first class, folks. Another set of transactions is the Bliss Beauty, a local hair salon. $565 on January 16th, $1,225 on February 3rd, and $1,735 on February 19th of 2023. Now,
They got bigger and bigger and bigger. They starting to get greedy, so the FBI was definitely gonna get on them. You know what I mean?
my question for Keith and his purchase of $5,400 on beauty supplies is, are these wigs for you? And if that case, slay queen, or are you secretly buying wigs for Mayor Tiffany and running up the taxpayer dollar for her? Next, let's talk dining. Mayor Tiffany and her comrades love spending money on extravagant meals, like $427 at Theo's Steak and Seafood and $426 at Hamada of Japan are just the tip of the iceberg. In fact, in the first 2 billing periods of 2023, Keith Freeman spent $5,900 towards meals on the Thornton Township card. Which begs the question, folks, is this illegal or merely unethical? Because to me, a public servant should not be balling out on the taxpayer dime. The question of legality is not for me to decide. I'll let the FBI handle that one. Let's just say Tiffany watches this video and you could say a message directly to her. What would you want to say?
Just resign. Just leave.
Let me do my job.
If you're gonna be a public servant, you better act like it or get the hell out. I'll see you in jail.
I would like for you to repent for the sins that you have done or go to jail.
We've gone through all this where there's no transparency, seeing where money's been misspent, unfortunately. It's beyond something I think that could be repaired and fixed at this time. It's time to go.
Pulling up to
I'm
her.
gonna stop that right there, but I already came to the conclusion that, you know, she's stealing money, she's doing people wrong, and you shouldn't do that with taxpayers' dollars. You should be fixing the city and making sure everything's going right, and, you know, kids got basketball courts and, you know, sports, recreation, bring up the youth in a good way, but it don't seem like she's doing that. But, you know, the police gonna figure it out. But y'all let me know what y'all think about the content in the comment section. Until the next one, y'all stay safe out there.